Turn that on. Start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And let's start with a roll call.
Councilmember Mark Mazzoni is not able to attend tonight. Councilmember Martin Nicholas, Commissioner.
Here.
Commissioner Brian Palmer phoned earlier and said he's not able to attend. Commissioner Daryl Parham.
Present and accounted for.
And Chair Monica Zinda.
Here I am. Do we have any non-agenda items, public comment at all by any chance? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Do we have any conflicts of interest regarding the agenda item tonight from anyone here?
No, ma'am.
All right. Are we going to get a staff report first off? All right. It's your turn.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, all right, this is a fence permit, essentially. A lot of times we can do fences administratively if they're, say, like certain amount of, certain materials, certain height. I think this one is exceeding the 6-foot limit, and that's why we have section 18.24.210 subsection E that allows fences or structures exceeding the allowable height to enclose tennis courts, similar areas, or unusual privacy requirements may be erected subject to the obtaining a use permit. Therefore, such use is found not to reduce public safety, patrol, and access capabilities. This property is sandwiched between two buildings. So in a sense, the front gate is almost like the front, to me, it's almost like the front of a building in a sense, and they have a courtyard. So you really can't see a lot of the fence in there, but it basically just is what it is. You see the pictures here, and the reason it's kind of open, just like the last fence that they installed there, is the police department suggested for their purposes, for security, they want to be able to see inside from that. So it's like an unusual privacy situation where we have to have a demarcation because it's for both sides too. We have that kind of like walkway there that belongs to this side, and that encloses the business. So unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't think it matters much, but the fence has already been constructed, and they do have, I did take some photographs of what's there. You'll see the gate is your basic iron kind of swing gate. Obviously, we could see through that, and if there's a need for security. I took a picture of the stonework just because I think it's just kind of adds to the site, and just to show that the good faith here of improving downtown is definitely part of the story. And if you look, there's the fence there, and the lights strung. Basically, it's a simple, straightforward thing: iron gate and the fencing. So I think that we can make that finding that we're supposed to make in that subsection E. We've actually approved a similar fence at the same site. I think that was 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, in 2018, I believe. It was the same idea then. I think these owners just had a different design in mind. Of course, we have to discuss the California Environmental Quality Act. It is exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to section 15301 of the CEQA guidelines, and that's accessory structures, including garages, carports, patios, swimming pools, and fences. So my conclusion is that staff suggests that the fence at 8 feet is located along the side property line, and the gate does not reduce public safety, patrol, and access capabilities. I think in the record here, I did talk about the privacy issue, but that's kind of like a both ways kind of thing. So if you guys agree that this finding can be made, we can go ahead and approve this fence as it is constructed, I guess, or proposed.
So do we have
If you have any
to,
questions, you can ask.
are we supposed to approve the notice of exemption too?
Yeah, that's usually, my suggested motion would include both, just to move to adopt the notice of exemption and the project as proposed. Unless you have other ideas, we could modify the project
Okay.
here, of course.
So that's the whole staff report
Yeah.
at this point?
I mean, there's a lot more in the staff report, but I just summarized it for the purpose of the meeting.
Do we have anyone who cares to talk about this project? There we go.
Hi. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Katie Maple, and I'm here on behalf of Perfect Union. I just want to say first that we're sorry. There was some miscommunication internally with our staff. I think there was our building team kind of thought we were ready to go. We didn't have the required approvals, and so it was built, and that was an issue. And so I actually had coffee with the city manager earlier, Mr. Rendell, and just expressed that we're really sorry. We do not, this is not how we normally operate. We don't come in and just build a fence without getting permission. So I just wanted to personally come here and apologize for that, and just let you guys know that we're here. We want to be partners, and we definitely never want to build anything in advance. So we've actually changed some of our internal processes to make sure that this never happens again. And then in terms of the fence, it says 8 feet, but actually the fence is actually at 6 feet right now. The posts are at 8 feet, which is what has the lights hanging from them. We don't have any plans at the moment to go above 6 feet, but that's what our original plans did say 8. But just for your knowledge, it's currently 6 feet and not 8. Yep, and happy to answer questions. Thank you.
I don't think I have any questions at this point. Does anybody?
I do.
Okay.
Do you know what was approved in 2018?
It was kind of a combination of stone and lattice, and it went about the same, but the stone kind of had kind of waves in it, and the lattice would fill in between. It was a different look altogether.
The stone was existing.
The stone was existing. See, I don't know.
There was an
But,
existing stone wall,
Yeah.
and then they built a lattice wall above that.
As far as, in my opinion, aesthetics and straightforwardness, this is a better design. The other one was creative, but it didn't quite go with, it would have been neat, but this one is more of a big package, that's with the stone and the tables, it's just kind of very, very clean.
Did it have the 8-foot exemption at the time?
Yes, it did. That's it, exactly. That's what, because they had instead of having a gate, I think that was more about what it was for. Instead of having a gate, well, they had a gate, but that had these high sides, and that went way up, like 8 or 9 feet. And there was probably this much on each side of the gate. And that's kind of what we were really approving. Because
It
like I
wasn't
said,
really-
I think that once you get in the courtyard there, I don't see this as really being the one on the side. That's kind of just inside. I have a feeling that if you can't see it from the street, why bother? That's my thing, but.
The question I have, though, is do we really even need to act if you've got an 8-foot exemption already approved
Well, this is a new project, that's all. It's basically
on
just
an
a.
existing
They
fence?
tore it all down
They
and
tore it down and
did
put this
it
one.
again.
This is
Yeah.
brand new, so that's why we.
they took
Yeah,
out the
it's a
rock
new
wall
project,
and everything.
New
so-
owner, new everything, so, yeah. I
I'm
mean, it's an
curi-
easy one to approve, if that's,
Whatever happened to the safe that came with that building? Do you know? That was embedded in that rock wall?
I believe the previous building owner still has it. We don't have it currently.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can find out for you if you like.
No, I was just curious because there was a lot of history that kind of disappeared. So
Yeah.
it was
Well,
my
I'm a
concern.
history buff myself, so why don't I find out and I'll send you a little note.
No, I wouldn't go to any trouble if you. There's nothing. It's not like anybody's going to be moving that thing around. But it's just that it came with the property
Yeah,
and
just-
has been on that property for at least 100 years.
Yeah, I don't think we've done anything with it, and the property owner still has the property. We lease it, is my understanding, so it's still there, but yeah, happy to ask around.
Any other questions?
It's pretty straightforward.
Do you have no questions? Carrie?
No.
Does anybody want to make a motion on this?
I'll make a motion that we accept the application and adopt the CEQA notice of exemption as presented.
I second.
I second that motion. All those who approve, say aye.
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 Aye. The ayes have it. You are approved. Okay. So that was the only thing on the regular agenda. We have approval of the minutes from last month.
I do have a correction for the minutes from last month.
Okay.
In here, it is, let me find this real quick. I was reviewing it again last night, that we had put in Commissioner Palmer as the vice chair. And so I just have that one correction unless Commissioner Palmer really, really wants the position.
I kind of doubt it.
I already ordered you the nameplate, so that's not going to happen.
Ooh, I missed that. Good job.
Yes, I do read these.
I scanned them, but good job. Okay. Anything else? So at this point, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting,
Second that.
and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
you.
Oh my God, I broke my record
Oh,
by
I have a non-necessary planning commission question that I would